AMG is back with another podcast episode number 63. We are back. We have bonus Blair, of course, but we also have the collector of the scallops, collector of the people. Steve, you're back. How are you?
I am relaxed, recovered, and looking forward to a great new year.
Amazing. And also, we did mention in the last episode, but we got to acknowledge the nameplate.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my daughters when I went down to Kentucky for the holidays. They presented that to me, so I guess it shows they watched the podcast, and it was a very thoughtful gift. So my favorite Christmas present and my only Christmas present, but it was much appreciated.
Listen, classic. We appreciate it. Like we had to show it last week, and we had to show it once again because chef's kiss. We love it. Blair, you're back again. We had ourselves a fun gallivanting episode last week. So how are you today?
I'm wonderful. I had a Christmas gift for Steve, but then he went, so I ate it.
Wow. Amazing. So this will be a more traditional episode. We'll have a little bit of fun. I'll remind everybody just so that we can talk through a little bit of this. Also, we will take, as I mentioned, it's a good reminder, new year. So we'll kind of remind everybody. We do take feedback on a lot of these episodes. We've got obviously our standard stuff that we'll include, and we'll do a little bit of that today. But also, if there's certain things, and I'll bring up topics to the team and things that we can talk about. And then we've also got the live. So by the time you're watching this, the live will have already happened. So this week we'll be back doing lives, and we're going to try to keep that going. But for that one, we're hoping for interactivity for folks participating live. But for this one, since it is pre-recorded, we have the option, the luxury of if you do have questions and things that you'd like us to expand on, if we already have that in advance, I can give it to the team. They can think about it, and then they can come back with answers. So I want to really take advantage of that fact and use this venue to be able to answer any burning questions you might have, because then it gives us some time to give it to the team. They can think about it and come back with that response and give you a more elaborate response. So take advantage of it. I'd say use the comment section if you'd like, or reach out to the store if you have a question that you'd like us to address, and then we can use this venue to talk about it. So we'll talk about today. It'll be synergy hockey will be our main focus today, but we'll talk about a couple of other things coming in the store. So before I do though, really quick, I want to give reminders. There will be a trade night and a card show there towards the end of the month. Do either one of you have the dates offhand? I can double check later, but I know it's at the end of the month regardless.
I believe the card show's the 25th.
It is.
And then the trade night.
Trade night should be the day before.
The day before. So,
yeah. We'll double check either way to be 100%. Always check the social medias. Always check the social medias because you will get reminders and confirmation. That's always the best place to look. I'll put the scrolling ticker across the bottom there. Those are a couple. You got the website there as well. All that is in the description. Use the description and use the contact points. That's the best way to be 100% sure. But we'll try to give you reminders as we get closer to it. So just a reminder that that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Okay. I'll read quickly some of the other stuff that's coming in the store. Most of them have limited quantities. If you want to know about quantities and pricing, reach out directly to the store because in a lot of cases we can't give you the pricing in this venue, but we'll still tell you what it is. But if you're curious, reach out to the store. You'll get quantities and you'll get pricing and you'll get answers to those questions. So we've got 2024 Panini Mosaic Football International that's on here. We've got Panini Prism No Huddle Football 2024 as well. 2024 is Panini Select Basketball International. So we've got a couple of those products. I'm not too familiar with those. I can't say. 2024 Bowman Best Baseball. From what I understand, very limited quantities. If you want to know, reach out quickly. ASAP. That's the best way for that one. And then, of course, Synergy, which we talk about, and we'll expand on that in a minute. And we do have some Pokemon items here. So do you want to quickly say, Blair, anything about any of the Pokemon things that are coming in?
Well, yeah, it's just everybody's been waiting for this to come. So the prismatic evolutions. So we are getting our quantity that was supposed to come in. We'll probably chat, maybe Sherry, if she does the live or whatever, about how we're going to do it. It's exploding, anything Pokemon. But it's the prismatic evolutions, as everybody knows. I'll give it a quick rundown of what I have. So it's a 131 card set. There's 49 secret rares. That makes it a 180 card set. There's going to be the normal reverse hollows, Pokeball and Master Ball. So people are going to be chasing those. They cut some cards and they'll be reduced or they'll be added in later sets. And there is actually, the thing surprised me. It's the release obviously is going to be Friday, the 17th, but then there are products being released up until September, which I did not know. But yeah, it's just it's super hyped. I mean, anybody knows it's going to be crazy. So anyway, we are going to have it. We're not sure how we're quite releasing it and stuff yet, but maybe Sherry can attest to that on the live.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm very scared about this release on Friday.
Yes.
I've seen some TikTok videos. Pandemonium has broken loose at some places, so
yeah,
we're going to try. We want to make sure everyone gets the opportunity to purchase some. So just be positive. If we're going to set limits on what you can get, it may be 1 per household, 2 per household. We're not sure yet, but don't come in with 14 family members because we kind of know all those tricks as well. And of course, our pricing, we see prices just going through the roof. Ours will definitely not go there. So we have to kind of find a happy medium. But fortunately, hopefully I can hang out on the other side with the sports cards and watch the Pokemon crowd bombard Sherry, Blair, and Parker. So, but yeah, there's lots of hype, receiving lots of phone calls, but let's all act like adults while that comes out, please.
We're not looking to have a Costco scene at AMG. So yeah, we have it. We'll get it there. Yeah, like Steve said, be patient, and yeah, we'll get it to the people that want it.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of it. So
yeah,
don't wait like 5 days before coming in, but release day's Friday, so definitely Friday into Saturday. Hopefully, we'll be good as far as supplies go. So we're not holding product because out of fairness to people that make the effort to show up and drive to the store, just come and get it, and you've been forewarned when it's being released, and you have a couple days to come in and take advantage of it.
I like it. Good stuff. So some good stuff to bear in mind, and that'll be the best approach, especially with a hot product, is just make sure that, use some common sense. A lot of what the guys are talking about is common sense, and the store is going to try to accommodate people as best as possible, but they also have to bear in mind that, hey, you're trying to make a good experience for everybody, including folks that aren't necessarily there to buy that product. They also would like to be able to be in the store without pandemonium and crazy. The groupies for Blair is enough. That's already enough craziness. We don't need more. We just calmness. Orderly conduct from everyone involved, please. Orderly conduct. All right, so sounds good. So let me touch on a couple of things. I'll do the cards that came in the store here. I'll touch on those first, and then I'll get into Synergy. And then if we got a little time, we'll do a couple of comments at the end. So let me start off with this. So first one I know is from Matriarchs, which I am familiar with somewhat. An interesting product. I've checked out. Some of the cards actually look pretty nice, so I'll show you an example of that because it was an interesting looking card. So let's go here and share the window. All right, so first one here is Connected Cuts, which I believe is a couple of cuts from actual comic books. So this one's Mystique, and this one is number 10. So this one is a pretty snazzy card here. Anybody want to add anything to this one?
Not really. I just
I pretty much got it covered. Cuts from comics out of 10. Mystique, we got it.
Yeah, no, it's a popular character. I did look. Of course, I didn't find this one on as a sale, but I did find one of one of the other popular female characters. Anyway, it was sold quite well, so it's one of the kind of cool pulls from that set. But yeah,
makes sense. Makes sense. I do appreciate that they include on there, from what it seems like, they actually include on the sides of it. It looks like they're mentioning which comic books these cuts are from. Which actually I think is a very smart idea. I think it's a good way of connecting it to the comics themselves. Yeah.
And that set also has a lot of, they're big in some of the Marvel sets now, but a lot of artist signed cards. So just looking through that set, some of those were interesting to see, specific artists selling for quite a bit. And it's, it was nice stuff.
Good stuff. So next up here, we got a hockey one, 2024, I think 24-25 Upper Deck, Connor McDavid. So this is a population count, 25, which is limited to 25, not numbered to 25 per se, but limited to 25. That's how they do the population count. Looks good. I like the fact that they went with the purple on this one. A lot of these are nice looking cards, to be honest. Pretty decent. And this was in a PSA 10 as well.
Yep. So obviously the lower the population count, should add to the value of the card. And I believe this is a pop 2, where there's only pop 25, so there can only be so many.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next up here, we got some flawless. So this one thematically appropriate for the most part. Well, 2/3 thematically appropriate. So this one's Panini Flawless. So triple patches. This is a silver variant. And we've got ourselves Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Numbered out of 20. One out of 3, not so great. But the other two, right now, number 2 and number 1, they're both still in the playoffs. There is a possibility of, we'll see what happens because the Ravens are taking on the Bills, who are going to be formidable. That's going to be a good matchup. I'm looking forward to checking that one out.
Yeah.
If Baltimore is able to advance, though, and the Chiefs advance, they could have a collision course in the AFC Championship. So 2 out of 3 here could possibly be in the AFC Championship, which would be very impressive. So it's a very good card from Flawless here.
And it's rumored, I guess, Lamar was voted. Sorry, I'm going to mess this up, aren't I?
MVP?
Yeah, was that? No. Was he named MVP? No, sorry.
Well, right now he's a candidate. Like, he's definitely a prime candidate. I haven't heard if they haven't said anything yet.
I knew I'd messed that up. I do watch. Sorry, I watch football in the game.
He was Pokemon player.
He was. Somebody voted him top
most valuable person.
Well, Lamar has had an excellent season, so he's definitely a candidate. We haven't heard anything related to that, but he is definitely right up there.
Yeah, whatever he got nominated to, usually that means that they win the MVP for the league. So
okay, so some other award that usually is an indicator.
Yeah,
okay, I got you.
It's going to be tough to pick an MVP this year because people are leaning towards maybe Josh Allen or, but like Lamar put up even better numbers. Joe Burrow put up better numbers, but there's at least 4 guys that you could argue for. So it'll be interesting. I mean, Mahomes didn't necessarily put up incredible numbers, but their team is he 15-1, I think. And then,
I think it was 15-2 because
they
sat
17
him.
Games they sat him the last game. So
so
Mahomes himself was 15-1.
15-1.
Yeah, it's and then do you give Lamar his 3rd MVP? I don't know. I think, and then Bills Nation or Bills Mafia might be ready to attack the NFL headquarters if Josh Allen doesn't get it. But many well-deserving guys this year.
Yeah, and with Josh Allen, I mean they've been decimated with injuries and stuff, and they still, are having a great season. So you couldn't go wrong either one of those guys for sure.
Yeah. Well, if you like the 2018 rookie class, it's right now good times because either way, like I said, you're going to get a really good matchup with the Bills and the Ravens. That's going to be good. If Lamar Jackson wins, that would be his 3rd MVP, which would be huge for him. If he's able to combine it with some playoff success this year, another win or 2, you never know, that could make it really interesting for him. But so, we can talk about it more down the road here. But card-wise, that would be huge for Lamar. Because obviously he's already very popular. He's got MVPs now. If he's able to somehow bypass, if you can get past the Chiefs, man, that would be a huge deal for him and give him a real opportunity. They'd have a real chance.
Absolutely.
Next up here, we got Black Diamond rookie team logo jumbos. So this is rookie year Connor McDavid. So rookie year Connor McDavid, rookie jumbos. These are all, I believe these are all manufactured patches, but nice looking cards either way. Nice looking card.
No, I actually picked this up yesterday. The gentleman was trying to put the Oilers logo together, and they're harder to find. Obviously, a lot of people are sitting on them, so he kind of gave up on that dream, and we made a trade for it. But it's a manufactured patch, but still from the rookie year, and it's got nice eye appeal.
Really nice.
So sticking with the Black Diamond theme and rookie team jumbo logo, same kind of idea, but much later on here on this one. So this is the Celebrini one, numbered to 99. You've got the sticker auto on there as well. We'd like to see the autograph stay inside the sticker, but nonetheless, we do have a sticker there. It's got a decent aesthetic to it. Player in the corner, manufactured patch on there as well. Black Diamond is kind of known for these at this point, but Celebrini as well.
Yep.
Moving on here, we got rookie gems. So we got Lane Hudson, rookie gems here. I believe this one is numbered as well. Looks like the 99.
Mhm.
So we've got that as well.
Yeah.
Black Diamond is going to have a lot of foil, which can be some nice looking cards. I think this one has probably got a little extra shine that doesn't show off here on the photo, but they're not nice looking cards for what they are.
Yeah, it does. That's a great looking card.
All right, next up here from the cup, we got Kirill Kaprizov, PSA 9 signature materials, numbered to 99. So we've got the Kaprizov on there, and based on the numbering there, this looks like it was one of the ones made in Italia. So whenever you see the numbering, oftentimes, now I'm not 100%, you'd have to check the back, but oftentimes when it's got that type of numbering, it's usually Italia from our Italian friends. So cool looking card though, nice patch on that one as well. And then we've got here Logan Stankoven from Artifacts. This is numbered to 25. So 25 of 25 autograph jersey Artifacts. So nice addition there as well. And then the conclusion was our Steve Potty, nameplate. So we had that on there. So it's a couple of cards that came in the shop. So thanks everybody for checking those out. And thank you for providing those images. One of them will wind up in the thumbnail. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure it out.
Nice.
Okay. So, real quick, I want to go over Synergy for a couple of minutes, and then we'll wind her down with a couple of last thoughts. 24-25 Synergy. So it is the newest series, mostly up to date on that one. Synergy is an interesting type of set. It is technology focused. So for the uninitiated, it's more of a acetate and kind of technology focused set. It does have autographs in it, but there is one specific feature of Synergy that if you're not familiar with it, I'd like to bring to your attention because it is a little unusual. The base set is actually very limited. The parallels oftentimes are actually available in bigger quantities than the base set. That is actually different than most other sets. So this is important because that may throw you off if you're not familiar with it previously. So what you need to know is this. The set is 125 cards. It's broken up into 4 sections. You got Veterans, card number 1 through 60, Legends, 61 to 75, Rookies, 76 to 115, and Rookie Short Prints, 116 to 125. So what you need to know is that the standard base cards, Veterans and Legends, are numbered to 15. The base set is numbered to 15 for those. And then the Rookies and Rookies Short Prints are limited to 24. So your Rookies and Short Print Rookies are actually more available than the Legends and Veterans, which are only numbered to so you can only put together 15 complete sets maximum, and your parallels are actually going to be easier to do. That is an unusual arrangement, so that may throw you off if you're not familiar with it. Here's a mock-up of what you should expect what some of the base cards will look like. There are a number of different parallels. Most of those parallels you're going to see, there is red versions that are 1 per pack, and you're going to see that a lot of those. So if you want to put together a set of the parallels, it might actually be easier, depending on which one you select. Just bear that in mind. So here's another one of the Rookies colored in red, and you've also got purple. And you do have certain purple cards have autograph versions that have no more than 99 copies each, 65 or less for vets and 35 or under for greats. So the Mario there is an example of that. There are additional autograph sets. You've got the signatures, spelled like synergy, SYG, very clever play on words. Yeah. New game signatures. So 1 in 160 packs of signatures. New game signatures is 1 in 320 packs. So those are very tough. And then the rookie ones are 1 in 120 packs. So you've got that. As far as inserts, we've got this colorway insert, which are nice looking. 100 cards, vets, rookies, and legends, 1 in 4 packs. You've got a neon yellow version, a neon blue, a neon pink, a neon green, and a gold 1 of 1. So they're going to be very colorful. It's called colorways. They are going to be very colorful. It is on theme. NHL impressions you've got on there. So you've got a couple different inserts that you're going to include it. And another example here is this one right here, which has an NHL impressions autograph version, numbered as well. I just want to skip ahead a little bit. Interdimensional, which will probably look pretty cool in hand. So right there, based on that mock-up, I'm sure those will look pretty nice. You've got all synergy team, drop the hammer, all-star assembly. There's a lot of inserts here. I don't want to read them all off to you, but there are a lot of them. So just bear that in mind. This one, Synergistic Duos, is a returning one. You usually have this combination and a couple of different parallels of that as well. They're bringing back the StarQuest cards. So if you're familiar with the old school StarQuest cards, but they are fairly short printed. The base version is 1 in 64 packs. Then there's a lime green that's 1 in 150 packs, purple 1 in 700 packs, and the gold is 1 in 3,200 packs. So that's a very tough pull. And when I tell you how many packs are in a box, you're going to see why it's such a tough pull. There's a insert called Waffle Boarded. I'm going to refrain from comment. And Metal Cast for Greatness, return there, 1 in 60 packs. Cast for Greatness signatures are numbered to 25, so there is some of that as well. So There's a mock-up of Cast for Greatness, the autograph variant. So here's what you need to know. So when I said that one insert was 1 in 3,200 for the StarQuest Gold, there are 3 cards per pack, 8 packs per box. 8 packs per box, and there's some inserts that I just named off to you that are 1 in 3,200 packs. Fire up your calculators and you'll realize that is very difficult. There are 16 boxes per case. So just bear that in mind. So that one is coming out. What to expect in a hobby box: autographs, metal cards, numbered base cards, or rookie short prints, 1 total. Number 1 hits, generators, monuments, new game, or start your engine, 5 total of those. All-star assembly, all synergy team, D2D, drop the hammer, waffle boarded, 1 total. 3 colorways, 3 NHL impressions, rookie journey or synergistic duels, 3 of those, and 8 red parallels per box, 1 per pack. So bear that in mind. That's kind of the breakdown. It is a very elaborate checklist. I strongly recommend that if you are curious, if your favorite players are there, if your teams are represented and you want to find some stuff for them, check out the checklist. It does have an Excel version. You can search it here as well. We'll leave a link in the description for you if you're able to check it out in more detail. But it is a complex checklist. Just to be clear, some of the sets that have been coming out recently are very complex in terms of the checklist. It is an interesting set. And like I said, if your favorite player is there and you want it, the base card, it will actually be a bit of a chase for you for the reason that I outlined at the beginning. Anything you guys want to add?
No, just looks like synergy similar to previous years.
Yep.
I do like the addition of the StarQuest, and yeah, it's usually a fun, relatively inexpensive open sort of thing.
Yeah, I will say that is a beneficial thing. We're considering the configuration. All things considered, it's not too bad compared to some of the other stuff. Pricing wise, it's not too bad. But just be aware, you're not getting a ton of cards in a box. There is some nice stuff you can pull. Some of it is really nice. There are autographs in there for you. There are some really tough inserts and parallels that are there. And if you pull some of those, it could be really good. For example, that Cast for Greatness, though, some of those have very small checklists. Like the Cast for Greatness, the autograph variant, only has 5 cards. You got Barkov, Bedard, Cale Makar, Tom Barrasso, and Medina. I don't know why you specifically chose those 5, but okay. So you got Bedard, you got a couple of young guys, and a couple of legends or veterans, and it's a 5-card checklist. It just seems like a weird configure, but that is what they went with. So there you are. I know you basically put one in there. Now I have to chase it, so I'm gonna try to get that card anyway. Regardless, an interesting series. I will say it's an interesting one. And in years past, Medano's made it onto the checklist for the base. In this case, that's not a problem. But I had to chase that down, and out of 15 is actually very tough. For the veterans, some of those, it's actually a little bit tougher. So kind of an interesting one. Okay, so with all that done, let me quickly touch on a couple of comments from last one. So Steve, are you ready? We're going to do a couple of comments. I'm going to let Steve answer this question. Blair, you and I get to watch. I'll read the questions. First one, Gotham Collections. Always appreciate your comments. Bonus Blair, wowza, great video. Appreciate your support. So thank you very much. Go. Absolutely. Well, we're not getting the Go Sends Go right now. That hasn't been on there, but nonetheless, we appreciate your support. All right, so I'm going to leave the collector scallops to answer the next cool questions. So, first one. Will we ever see AMG make videos showing big spending at card shows with a shock face thumbnail?
Who's this comment from?
This is from Hockey 99.
Tell you what, Hockey 99, you show up and we can finally put a face to this, all these questions. We will hollow the bankroll right in front of you, and you can witness the transaction for yourself. Until then, no comment, and you can only dream to see what goes on.
Amazing. I will say, I've seen the comments similar to that before. I'm trying to figure out, like, are you asking? Because I've seen previous comments where Hockey's criticizing this, but at the same time, you seem like so keen. You ask so many times and in so many versions. Is that what you actually want? Because Blair can do shock faces all day. Yeah. That may be all we do. And the transactions will be at least $4 or $5, and he'll have a shock face every time. Very exciting.
We do it every day.
Oh, well, every day. Second one. So the first half of it, Steve, I'll answer. Second half of it, all you.
And sometimes too, though, with deals and that, especially bigger deals, you want to have some privacy involved in those deals, whether it's the person you're buying from,
exactly,
or the store itself. Like, we like to keep some of those larger deals private there's a multitude of reasons why, but and the deal might just pop off whenever. So unless I've got someone following me with a camera, which that's always the potential too.
I can do it.
get Blair to do it. But yeah, I mean, we've recorded a few things here and there, but definitely privacy is key when making larger purchases, trades, whatever it might be.
Well, I think so. Just to be realistic about this, the reason why that's even a thing that's been out there is because it has become a form of marketing for some online shops to do that as part of their marketing is literally to have a camera on all the time. But
Right.
realistically, Pawn Stars is a scripted show. They set up the scenarios. The scenarios are set up.
Exactly.
People coming in and doing all that. It's basically a closed set. It's not real life. Day to day, most shops want to operate. Most clientele are not interested in having a camera in their face. They're just not. Like, they don't want that. They want to be able to transact, especially if it's a bigger deal. They would like to do it and be able to focus on the deal at hand and not have to worry about, well, there's a camera in my face over here while I'm trying to talk to you or to Blair or to anybody else. Like, I want to be able to do the trade. And Steve, the other same thing. You're focused on what's going on here. You want to make sure this is working properly. You're not worried about the camera and getting the right angle and trying to make sure, hey, get our audio right.
I want to be myself. I don't want to be, oh yeah, the camera's here. I can't. Maybe I might have to drop an F-bomb to finalize the deal. Like, I don't want to put that sort of stuff, on camera.
No, but it's true. I mean, even obviously Steve does more purchasing than I, but obviously he was away. I mean, the deals that I was doing last week, I mean, I'm concentrated on me and the client, like and the deal and, okay, where do I need to be on the cards? And I'm not really, the last thing I want is somebody saying, oh, could you stop? Can you look here? And, all this kind of
stuff.
Yeah,
take two, do it again.
Yeah, and plus Steve says, like, it's for the clients. Like, you're trying to gauge each client and how they are. And, I mean, I'm sure we've had a few clients come in here and they're kind of showing off their cards and want to do a big deal. That's great. But, I think for the most part, it's just a kind of a respect that we try to set up between, the business and the clients. And I don't think we'll ever be kind of doing that. I don't think. I mean, we might do shots from Toronto or something. Hey, picked up this deal, but the actual kind of guts of it, I don't think.
Yeah. The expo was a special case. In the expo, we specifically had an opportunity to be able to showcase a couple of things, and Jerry was able to set up a camera for that. Yeah. But that's a very specific, unique case because the expo provides certain opportunities that are not there the rest of the time. But day to day at the shop, like, business needs to just be conducted like normal. That's pretty much the
only thing we might do is, if a customer pulls a neat card or gets one back to PSA, we'll ask them, hey, do you mind if we, take a shot of this and, throw it on the podcast? So
just to let people see.
Yeah. So anything we feature, if it doesn't belong to us, it belongs to our customers. And, we've asked permission, to feature it on the podcast, and, helps, like we've said before, it helps move that card for the customer or move that card for the store or the item. I still remember that Montreal Expos collection there several months ago that we weren't necessarily sure how we were going to sell it. Didn't think it would sell in the store, but not 30 minutes after, we featured it on the podcast, it went to its rightful place to a diehard Expos collector fan in Montreal. So part of the reason we do this is, and, feature items is to find a happy home for them.
Sounds good. So second one here is also Hockey Night. Very popular today. So first half of it, Steve. I'll take care of it because Blair, I feel like we've been called out on our discussion we had, our spirited discussion. So first half of the conversation was, I think the host was very misguided in the last episode, speaking poorly about Hamilton. I am shocked by this suggestion, this illusion to anything less than decorum. So, I'll finish reading this comment. I'm going to address it, but I got to tell you, and Steve's going to handle the second part, but let me take care of the first part. So he might not be in the Hall of Fame. He's certainly not. He most definitely is not. But his jersey is retired by the team and is a big part of early Oilers history. So, real quick, I'll do a little behind the curtain thing. Blair and I had a little bit of fun with that conversation. I knew going into what was in the checklist, so I brought it up. Blair was like, as soon as he looked at the checklist while I had it on the screen, Blair's mind knew where I was going to, he knew where I was going to go with this, because it goes to a bigger issue. So real quick, I just want to showcase this is the mock-up of the cards. It says retired numbers on it.
Yeah.
I intentionally ignored it. No, it says retired numbers on it. The checklist has all the retired numbers the Oilers have. So yes, it's going to have Al Hamilton because Al Hamilton is retired. So Al Hamilton's career though with the Oilers, he was a captain of the Oilers in the WHA days. But Steve, question: do you think anyone cares that's an Oilers fan in the year 2025 of our Lord about Al Hamilton? His number can be retired in the rafters. Does anyone care?
I will speak on behalf of them and say no, they don't.
Not so much, no.
No.
And if you're paying for a high-end product, my bigger point wasn't even so much to pick on Al Hamilton. It's actually a bigger issue that I have right now with checklists and the way that these sets are being structured. There's nothing wrong with the idea of having an Oilers tribute set or having a fan favorite. There are sets where SB Signature Legends, as much as I had some fun with it on my other venues, SB Signature Legends included a lot of players that would qualify as fan favorites, kind of deeper cuts, so to speak. Not necessarily the star guys were included, but there were also players. That's where you can put an Al Hamilton. It makes total sense. Sure, you want to include. He was captain of the Oilers during that era. He was part of their history, obviously. But look, there's the name escapes me right now, but there was a guy for the St. Louis Blues who was captain for about the same amount of time. He is one of the retired numbers, and you couldn't pick him out of a lineup if you put a gun to people's heads for the St. Louis Blues. You couldn't. But he's retired number. He was captain of the Oilers. Every franchise has those guys. I'm a Dallas Stars fan. Darian Hatcher was captain of the Dallas Stars during the Stanley Cup era.
Yeah.
He was a very good. Nobody is clamoring for Darian Hatcher, especially in a high-end product. You open up a high-end, and Black Diamond qualifies as certainly a high-end product. If I go in there and I can see I could have had Gretzky, I could have had this player, I could have had that player, but I get Al Hamilton, I'm not going to feel good about that. Let me be nice and say I'm not going to feel good about it. Let's just go with that.
Yeah.
So yes, I was fully aware of it, and for the first part of this guy, no, I will speak poorly of Al Hamilton today, tomorrow, and every day, as long as he's on a checklist like that. Today, tomorrow, and forever. But thank you for your feedback.
And I mean, it was no actual disrespect to Al. I mean, he played.
And it was hilarious.
More than
it was
I
hysterical.
Did, but where you were coming from was the retired numbers checklist and the cost of a product, and then you're that pull.
Yeah, he doesn't belong there. He doesn't belong there in that product. And Steve, I may make it my mission. The same way that our mission is to get you a Topanga card, I may seek out this Al Hamilton card. And listen, I got a shiny loony for someone that brings it to me. A shiny loony. Let me tell you. Whew, it's going to be wild.
Leave Al alone.
I've barely even warmed up on Al. Now you've motivated me. I am reinvigorated to pick on Al even more now. Anyway, all right. Second one, Steve, this one's all you. Is AMG also moving to Toronto? AMG is a local treasure. Hey, Steve, when are we moving to Toronto? When are you guys coming down?
Is this that hockey guy again?
It's the same one, yeah. It's the same. Yeah, it's part of the same comment.
Well, I can't move to Toronto. I just want to, Steve.
Blair's not allowed.
I can't move.
Well, if he pays half the rent and half the mortgage for me to move to Toronto, then I would consider it. But in the maybe even 75%. But
no, at least you gotta pay most of it.
No, right now we love where we are, and we love our collecting community, and we've got a good thing going here, and continue to build it. Surround ourselves with good people, and and actually Sherry and I, which last night, by the time this airs, we'll touch on. We were at the Upper Deck convention, the CDD convention, did a lot of networking, met a lot of new people, new avenues, possibly to bring in some product, and a really good networking trip, some great social events. So just another step in the right direction. But no, we're not going anywhere.
No.
Yeah. So I'll close off on this. So two things. Number one, CDD is certified diamond dealer, just to let everybody know, certified diamond dealer. We will talk about it on the live. By the time you're seeing this, the live will already happen, but we'll touch on that because I think there's some good story and some information that we can relay on that. So hopefully by the time you're seeing this, you enjoyed that. We're going to add some info on that. One other thing I'll quickly say, like I said, obviously I had my fun with this comments. I ahead of time, I said, Steve, do you want to answer these? And Steve said, yeah, I'll answer them. So anyway, what I'll say is this though. We appreciate all questions and comments, but realistically, I think it makes more sense to ask questions on you got two angles on this. Either you are asking for something because that's what you want, or I would say ask a question on something that's actually announced or discussed. There is no reason for AMG to change in the way. What Brad is doing, I want to make a separation. What Brad is doing with PSA Canada is something that collectors wants, and also something that makes sense for collectors and for PSA. What the card shop does, though, is its own thing. The card shop has a community, it has a card show, it has all these things that's already built in. Just picking it up and moving it somewhere else, you lose that. So, and also, there's been no discussion of that or even allusion to it. No. What PSA is doing and what AMG are doing, believe it or not, even though obviously there's a lot of tie-ins and connection, they're still two separate entities. And they need to operate as two separate entities because PSA's got its own interests and AMG's got its own interests. And otherwise, how else are we going to get bonus Blair?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he's not moving to Toronto, so
I can't.
That's what it is.
We're staying here for Blair.
I love how
they're staying for Blair. They're staying for Blair. Anyway, so that's it. So thank everybody for checking this out as always. We appreciate any comments or questions. Feel free to throw them in there. That is best. That we'll do our best to address them on the following episode. And then, like I said, check out Synergy. If you got questions on any of the products that are coming, reach out directly to the store for pricing and availability. That is the best way to contact. So for Collector of the Scallop, Collector of the People, back Steve. And then for Bonus Blair, thank you very much for checking this one out. We'll catch you in the next one.